wish I could say that I had been perfect and flawless throughout. However, this is a true story. So I remember this day like it was yesterday. I had multiple homes go on the market. All 3 of them got multiple offers, and I am a dot your I's, cross your T's kind of girl. Like, there are probably some real estate agents who are watching this who are like, we love her as a person. We are so irritated when we work with her because I'm like, hey, can you send me that document? Hey, it doesn't have the right date on it. Hey, can you get it initialed? Hey, it only has 1 person. I'm that girl, right? Super annoying. And so anyway, I get all these multiple offers in all these homes. I remember I had a time at 3 o'clock to talk to one seller, and then I had 2 hours to process for the next transaction. I was talking to them at 5 o'clock, and then I had 2 hours to process. I was talking to the others at 8 o'clock because their work scheduled, and I knew I wouldn't be done until 10 o'clock at night. So anyway, one of these properties, an agent had earlier submitted an offer, and she said, I think my clients are gonna come in higher, they really want it. Well, she calls me 5 minutes before the deadline and says, Tammy, here's the deal. I've been working on them all day. They are not gonna increase their offer price, okay? And for purposes here, I want to tell you, their offer was $190,000 on this home. So I'm like, no problem. She said, okay, but I'm not gonna have time to update the expiration date on this offer because I'm going into a closing. I will never forget this. And literally the deadline was in 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, no problem, that's fine. She's like, well, I'm a rule follower and I know you're a rule follower. I said, just do this. Just send me an email that documents we talked about. I know that they're gonna extend the expiration of their existing offer, no problem. Okay, so just like that, I'm talking 60 seconds later, I get an email and it says, hey Tammy, per our conversation, thanks so much. And she doesn't really say anything else in there, just per our conversation, but I'm like, well, I did just tell her to email me per our conversation. So I'm like, cool, great. So anyway, I get all the offers, present them to the seller. They're very happy because whatever the price was, $189 was actually their list price. They felt good about it. Of course, everybody wants more, but they were really good terms. They were actually building a home and the buyer's like, you can have all the time you need to move out. It was like the Cadillac of offers. So anyway, I send it to the other agent late that night. The next morning she calls me and she says, hey Tammy, so I am just shocked that the sellers didn't take the offer with more money. And I'm like, first of all, you don't know what any of my other offers are. Like, I'm so protective. I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, the offer with more money. I said, what offer with more money? And she said, well, the attachment. I said, are you confusing me with like another deal or something? Because, you know, she's busy. She said, no, yesterday I got off the phone with you and I sent you the offer. It was $10,000 higher. I'm like, that's not possible. And as she's saying this, I am breaking into a cold sweat. Like, I'm like, this is where you lose your license. This is like, I'm pretty sure you go to like, this is like state pen. Like, my husband and kids will come visit me. I don't just lose my license and not practice real estate. They're going to visit me behind bars or like glass. And so I'm listening to her, not hearing a word she's saying, just immediately opening up my email, scrolling through. And at the bottom of the our conversation email is a new attachment with an offer for $10,000 higher. And I'm like, I thought they couldn't do it higher. She said, well, we had signed it earlier and I didn't think they were gonna go up in price, but then I called them and like right then apparently they had decided they were gonna do it. So I just attached it and they were willing to pay $10,000 more. So I'm sitting on the phone and she's like, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, I have to call my seller. I'll call you back. So I call the seller. Thankfully, they're the nicest people on the planet. But I tell them what has transpired. And I have to also say to them, hey, here's the deal. We priced your home. I think this is what it's worth, but we're in a good market. It's possible to price this for more. And if it does, I owe you that money. Now, let me tell you, I have never prayed more fervently in my life that it would not happen. But let me tell you, that puppy appraised for every bit of $10,000 higher. I owed them my entire commission on that transaction, and praise the Lord they were buying another home because I owed them 75% of my commission on the other one as well. So point is, this is a learn while you earn business. And do not be afraid of the details, my friends. Always check your attachments. Always listen closely. Dot your I's, cross your T's, because it could save you $10,000.